Hello guys, good evening. My name is Lara Imoru and I'm also known as Coach Lara. Today I'll be talking to all young people and anyone who is young at heart, anyone who is willing to grow, or anyone who is committed to always improving himself or herself. And I'm doing this short 3-minute speech as part of the requirements for my John Maxwell speaker training. So here goes. I'm talking about affluence is influence. Affluence is influence. And what does affluence really mean? Affluence means having a great deal of money. Having a great deal of money, yes. While influence is the ability to affect or to change someone's character. That is the capacity to have an effect on someone's character or their opinion. That's what it means to have influence. And if you're somebody who wants to be influential, let me tell you, being affluent will really make a lot of difference for you. And I want to use the story of my life to tell us this very, very simple. It looks simple, but a lot of people miss it. Now, growing up, I grew up in Nigeria and Lagos, and growing up was fun. I felt like I had the whole world. I felt like my family was the happiest family in the world. We had a nuclear home. My dad, my mom, myself being the first child, and my 3 brothers. We were happy, very, very happy. Occasionally, we had helpers in the house, but ultimately, there was really nothing that I needed that I didn't really have as a child. Maybe I didn't have wants, but most times I had everything that I needed. So I felt that we were very comfortable. Now, as we grew up, I discovered something different between my mom and my dad. My mom always seemed to be working and working and working. Every night she was studying. If she wasn't studying, she was busy stitching clothes. Meanwhile, mind you, she was a police officer, but she was always busy doing something or the other. And she had this one car that she drove for years on end. That car was old. And it was not attractive. But she never changed that car. And she always seemed to always be talking about how to manage and plan finances. I mean, she didn't really look like fun. Yes, she gave quality. I mean, she bought quality things. She bought things that would last. When you wear it would last and last. She would buy me clothes that would be bigger so that I would grow into them. But they were good quality. She bought very expensive quality things. But to me, whether it was expensive or not, it made no sense. But my dad was a fun guy. Every time he went to work, he would come back with snacks for us. My mom wasn't like that. He would come back with snacks, and I really grew up loving snacks. I grew up loving all those things, and I felt, oh, this my dad is fun to be around. We loved to go with him to work because when we go with him to work, we would have fun, and that continued. But after some time, like when I was in secondary school, and by the time I was leaving secondary school to enter university, my mom was now doing her law degree. And I was like, what does she have to? Why does she need a law degree again? Like I told you initially, she likes to strive, always pursuing something or the other. There was this building she was building. She built it for like 13 years. And every day she was going there. And I was like, why is she always stressing herself? Anyway, like I was saying, when we got to secondary school, then I began to notice a difference. I noticed that, first of all, she had an official car and she had a driver. And then not only that, she now had 2 police escorts. And I was like, this woman seems to be important. She's my mom, but it looks like there's something important about her. Then not only that, they will give us 2 police officers in the morning and 2 police officers in the evening. So we had 24 hours police escort. And I was like, really? This woman must be great. There must be something amazing about her. Before long, she began to get promoted. Before long, she became the police commissioner. And I was like, this woman must be awesome. By then, I was in the university. But for my dad, he stopped being promoted. Mind you, both of them were in the civil service. And in Nigeria, you cannot say something. It's equal opportunity, and they are both from the same. Sorry about that. They are both from the same ethnic group. So it became different. Like he seemed to have plateaued. He was no more growing, whereas she kept on growing and getting better. And I was like, what is going on? Anyway, keep on going. Before long, I noticed that it now became an important thing to look like my mom. It was like everywhere I went, I had this recognition status. I became important by association to her. I became Mrs. Koyi's daughter. I became a great woman. I wasn't great, but I became admired by association with her. And people envied me just because I was her daughter. And I began to wonder what is really going on. Then I took notes. I said, my mom became successful because she was pushing and driving herself. Mind you, this was Nigerian culture, and it might have been that then it was difficult to be a woman. I know then she had challenges with her in-laws, but she never gave up. And before I knew it, every society, every committee, they wanted her to be part of it. She became the person that they wanted to hear her opinion. She became so important. She became so influential. She became the person that people always wanted to come and meet. We need your advice. Can you tell us what to do? Her affluence made her influential. Young people, listen to me. You are growing up right now. There's a lot of distraction in the world. There is YouTube. There is videos on the internet. There are video games. There's so many things taking our mind. But there's one thing that has to be your North Star. There's something that has to make you know your direction. You say the compass always points north, so you can know exactly where the north is. There has to be a north for you. And that north is that you have to make up your mind to be successful. Now, who am I today? Because of the values that my mom gave to me and the fact that she never compromised in taking care of me as her daughter and as her children, I made up my mind that my own pathway towards being a success is to be an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur, I have been successful, glory be to God, in Nigeria and also in the US. And now I am pivoting. What I'm now doing is raising other entrepreneurs who are immigrants and helping them to see that your background does not have to define your future. And there's more than one way to being affluent. It's not just by getting a job, because some people just get stuck in that job bubble. That's not the only way. So that is my own path. My own pathway is through entrepreneurship. I want to encourage you today to join me in this journey. And young people, take your time, make up your mind to make sure that you have a focus, you have a plan, and that you are dedicated to your dream. Take care and God bless you. Thank you very much.